guys, welcome to the Hallmarkies podcast. This is your host for today, Cammie Clements. Hello. And I have Anne with me.
Hi, everybody.
We are going to be thrilling you today with our Andrew Walker movie rankings. This is part 2. If you missed part 1, we did his Christmas movies because it was too hard to just take all 16 Andrew Walker movies on Hallmark and say, okay, we like this one best and we like this one and we like this one worst. Can't do it. Can't do it. So
especially with Christmas in the mix, you have to separate it out.
No. Yeah. Separate it off. So Christmas got its own podcast, so we'll try to put that in the description so you can go back to it if you want to.
Yes.
If you want to watch it. Because it was a fun one.
It was very fun.
It was a fun one. So now we're doing Andrew Walker Part 2, non-Christmas, but still Hallmark. Non-Christmas Hallmark movies. All right, Anne, what you got for me? We're doing 11 movies. Yes. So what is your number 11?
My number 11 is Lovestruck Cafe. Okay. And the reason I kind of have it at the bottom for his movies is I wasn't the female lead was not my favorite. I think she's my least favorite of all the leads he's worked with. So that's why it's at the bottom. And I didn't think the writing or the story was anything special either. So that's kind of why it's at the bottom for me. What about you, Cammie? What's number 11 for you?
Okay, my number 11 is Love on Ice.
Okay.
The story was pretty original as Hallmark movies go because we don't have very many stories about ice skating coaches and figure skaters and stuff like that. But I just didn't buy Andrew as a skating coach. It didn't seem to fit as well. And, then you got the catty stage mothers. I know that technically they're ice mothers,
yeah.
But I come from a performance world, and just they're all stage mothers, and the stage mothers couldn't stand them, and to be completely frank, I haven't seen this one in a very long time, so I'm going off my first impression, which was I didn't really care for it. And so it's like, nah, I didn't care for it. It just didn't seem to fit as well.
Okay.
Alrighty. We got the bottom one out of the way.
Okay.
That one's done.
Yes. All right. That's good.
All right. So what's your number 10?
Number 10, I said Wedding March 4. And the podcast hosts know, but maybe not the listeners, that Wedding March series is definitely not my favorite. I think it's a little bit bonkers. Considering the age of the two leads of this series, and that they're not together
yet. We love you guys, but
it's just a little bit nuts. So that's why I have it at number 4. I mean, it's not a movie where they fall in love either. They're coming to the place to get married.
Mm-hmm.
And, I like a falling in love movie more. So that's also why I have it at number 10. But I do like Merritt, and I like Andrew, and I do like the where they film it. It's really pretty.
Gorgeous.
This series just isn't my favorite, so that's why I have it at number 10. What's your number 10?
Well, we should put in a disclaimer that the reason why we're doing Andrew Walker movies is we should put in this disclaimer that if Andrew is in it bumps it up about 5 notches. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it goes from here to here.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
Yeah. So there is no way that we can take a whole bunch of other movies from Hallmark and then put them up against Andrew movies. Now, granted, not every single Andrew movie is at the top of our list, but the fact that he's in them bumps them up. And yes, very much. So we had to just take the Andrew movies.
His movies,
just his movies. And, something's got to be at the bottom, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So, disclaimer.
Okay.
My number 10. Yeah, my number 10, Bridal Wave.
Okay.
I was not feeling him in the buzz cut. It's just, and that sounds so superficial, but just was not. It was not working with me.
Okay, I gotcha. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And, you know, the idea of somebody being engaged to somebody and then falling in love for a complete stranger, it's a little,
yeah, it's a fine line for sure. You know, the engagement and then falling in love with somebody else. So I definitely understand that. Yeah.
I will say this though, when Andrew's character, I blanked on his name, but when he thinks that he's about to get punched in the nose, he goes, "Give it your best shot." And like, "No, you've got a great face for plastic surgery." I'm like, oh man, you are a clueless groom, aren't you?
That's funny. Yeah, I forgot about that part. That is funny.
All right. So Anne, what's your number 9?
My number 9 is Love on Ice. Like you said, it was a little bit different for, you know, we haven't really seen this dynamic with coach and skater. But the female lead, she wasn't bad, but the other ones I like that he works with better. And not too much stood out from it. So I guess you could say that's kind of why I have it at number 9.
Okay.
What about you?
My number 9 is Wedding March 4.
Okay.
So basically everything you said, just it's going on, you know, it's number 4, you know?
Because was number
Hello?
Oh, hello.
Hello,
and
guys.
look who's here.
Here, let me get my video on here. Hello.
There he is.
Hey, guys.
You joined in with us with the big headphones this time.
I did. I didn't want to bore
that's
people
fine.
with our conversation around the household here.
You decided to join the cool kids.
Yeah, we got the
Yeah, guys. I felt left out last time we spoke.
Right? That's funny. All right.
He just wants to have helmet hair.
Yeah, exactly. We all have helmet hair here.
Don't even talk to me about hair right now. It's like I feel like I have hair that I've woke up with every single day right now. It's like,
yeah, that's
just
true.
wake up and go, you know, or just wake up and go to your living room.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
This is the first time I've actually done my hair in a couple of days instead of just washed it and let it dry.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, thank you for that. Thank you so much.
It was a perfect excuse, you know.
Yes, gracing us with good hair today.
Yes. Well,
all right.
We're at number.
What's happened, guys? Since what do you, so where are we at? Where are we at? Right
We're
now?
at our number 9s.
Yes.
Okay.
9.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Cammy was explaining her number 9, so I will let her continue that.
Okay. Just lay it on me. Okay, lay it on me.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Dive right into where you left off before. Please.
Okay.
All right. Well, where I left off is my number 9 is Wedding March 4, and because I loved the story. There's something very magical about watching a couple fall in love, but I also like watching couples in love, and you know, and progressing past the first kiss. I like that.
Yeah.
And so the Wedding March series, it's not a favorite of ours, but your storyline I really did like. The only thing that bothered me is when the Bridezilla started to come out, and it wasn't a Bridezilla attitude, it just was the fact that she was trying so hard to please everybody.
Yeah.
That Abby was trying so hard to please everybody that do this. I'm like, seriously? 2 days before the wedding? Are you nuts?
Yeah. You know, Merritt had a little bit of a difficult time with that as well, but I think
I bet she did.
She's such a nice person, and you know, we use Bridezilla very loosely because she was really like a bride bear. I don't know, like
right.
You know, just like,
Teddy bear.
A little bit down.
I'm so upset right now, you know, but you know, it was, I think it's, you know, it was one of those things that I think I haven't been a bride before, but I think that, you know, most brides like right when the day before, just like grooms, but guys handle it differently, I think. Where they just get a little uptight with things and just they want it to be the perfect day. And I think that's kind of how, you know, what made sense for her, and, you know, how she digested that, you know.
And it was just so tragic when, you know, we get the hydrangea bouquet and your mother goes, "Is that what I had? Our wedding was a complete disaster thanks to his mother." You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no! So yeah,
thanks, Mom.
Yeah, right.
Oh, man. But I gotta tell you, probably my favorite part of that movie is your snort. Best part in the whole movie is when you're holding back the snort and then you just can't hold it in any longer and you're just dying laughing at your poor fiance's expense. Thank heaven she took it.
If you would have seen a compilation of every take,
oh man, that would be gold.
Different ways that I was doing it and stuff. It would.
Oh my gosh.
It is gold. Gold.
Oh, that would have been. Oh, that would be gold.
That's really funny.
You should put that up for auction. You get a really hefty price.
Yeah.
All the different takes.
That's it. Yeah, the trilogy of snorts. Andrew Walker's trilogy of snorts. The box set. On
Cammy's,
special this Christmas.
Cammy is losing it. Okay.
My first instinct is to snap my wrist, but I'm like, no, that'll hurt me. Because I don't have my bracelet.
I love how that was your first instinct.
First instinct.
That's your first instinct, Kenny.
To snap my wrist.
That's hilarious.
Okay.
What's your fourth instinct?
Oh gosh.
I'm sorry. I
Tuck my hair behind my ear.
That's okay.
Are you studying my mannerisms for a character? Is that what you want? All right, Anne.
Number 9.
Number 8. She already did her number 9.
I did my number 9.
Yeah.
Number 8 is Date with Love. So this one is oh really?
Yeah, it's mine too.
Oh, okay. That's fun. I like the celebrity kind of angle. It was something different. You know, that's not a normal thing to have a celebrity in town in a Hallmark movie. So that was kind of fun. And you got to play a teacher. So we got to see that. And I like Bailey Madison too.
Yeah, I love Bailey.
And so, yeah, I thought this one was fun because it kind of had the different kind of aspects. So that was my number 8. And I guess Cammy is on the same wavelength with this one.
It was my number 8. So probably why this is my number 8 is because the story didn't focus on you guys. It was more focused on on Bailey's character.
Yeah.
And what's his name? The kid.
I forgot.
Oh yeah.
I forgot.
I've got it right here.
IMDb, yeah.
You know, I had no idea who Bailey was when I did the movie, and then all of a sudden, like on day 4, I was like, "Oh,
really?
Cool. Are you on Instagram?" And she's like, I'm so and so." And then I ended up going on Instagram. Like, you have 1 million+ followers. I'm like, what do you do? Like, what? And then I realized that she's been around the block. You know, like she's done a lot of work, and it really is a business to her. Like, she spends weekends she works so hard on her, you know, on her social media and just the following that she has. And, you know, her mom said back in the day, she's like, yeah, it kind of worried me a little bit, but Bailey has a really great, a very healthy relationship with that. And also with fans and whatnot. And, you know, being so young when she's the generation where, you know, I couldn't believe that she really, you know, it's like she shows up to work every single day. Like, at 8:30 in the morning, she goes in her room, she's on Facebook and this and Instagram.
Oh my gosh.
The TikTok and the Twitter. And I disappear everything for days. I post one post, I'm like, don't want to, like, you know, have to deal with any responses.
Yeah.
Well, because she started so young. First thing I ever saw her to Terabithia, and she was a first grader.
Exactly. Yeah. No, and then she had some big movies, and then really, you know, with her Hallmark kind of took her to the next level as well.
Oh yeah.
And she's such a sweetheart. No, she's great. She's I feel privileged that I got to meet her and work with her, and I see her at the parties now and stuff, and she's growing up like crazy. And
oh my gosh,
I knew you when you were
when you were young.
Yeah, when you were young.
So fun. Yeah, I think that's it. It's just the story focused more on Heidi and David, and so it just didn't have as much of the cute falling in love scenes as I would have liked. Yeah. But I gotta say, when she kissed you to keep your away from the TV, whoa! that's one way to get to know someone. I love that. And then, of course, Andrea Brooks was in that movie, who I love.
Yeah, so. Amazing. Yeah, she's great. She's great. That was one of my first, like, that was maybe my fourth Hallmark movie or fifth Hallmark movie. And I was still kind of, you know, to be honest, I felt like it was one of those movies for me that I was finding my groove still by day 12, you know, and I was like, some roles I just can fall into, whether it be just, you know, a culmination of things, the director, the crew, that could be anything, right? So just make comfortable in what you're doing, and the character obviously is, you know, first and foremost. But yeah, so that's my kind of inside drama that I was dealing with.
All right, Anne. Lucky number 7. We're getting higher. We're getting higher.
Yes, we're getting higher. I'm excited. I actually watched this one this morning it had been a long time, so I wanted to kind of rewatch it, and it's a Wedding Planner Mystery, and I really enjoyed it when I watched it this morning.
Great.
Some really feisty and fun banter. That was really fun. I really like that with Erica Durance. And it's your only mystery, so I kind of wanted to have it a little bit higher, just because it's fun. I like seeing you in that role, and that very kind of feisty, kind of you were really trying to win her over, and I really like that.
Worm his way in.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
That
really
was fun.
Wormed my way in. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Aaron Gold. Yeah, that was really fun. So it's definitely fresh in my mind. But yeah, what's your number 7, Cammie?
My number 7 is My Secret Valentine. I really liked the secret identity kind of thing, you know, with the chalkboard and leaving each other love notes and all of that, and just the fact that you were fixing up this place that you were renting, you know. I'm renting this place, but I'm handy, I'll fix it up. I think that my biggest thing is that because you were, all of the really cute stuff happened with the chalkboard, we didn't see enough of you guys together.
Interaction.
Yeah. So,
and all the interaction we did have was more conflicty.
Yeah.
You know, we kept on butting heads. Yeah.
Right. So, but I mean, you missed us saying this because you hadn't come on yet, but we verified the fact that the reason why we are doing just Andrew Walker movies is they are in a place by themselves. And so
you haven't done this with other actors?
We have.
They did one. I think Tyler did one with Tyler.
Yeah, they did one with Tyler Hines. So you're only our second one. So
he's my wife's cousin. He's my cousin.
I know. I found that out. Yeah.
Why do I not know all of this?
I didn't know you didn't know that, Cammie. Yeah, I saw that. Somewhere I saw that. I forgot where.
I got 4 kids running around. I don't have time to do all of it.
I've been telling Tyler for years. I'm like, you got to get into Hallmark, man. You got to get into the Hallmark family. And he's like, yeah, you know, I haven't really.
He's so laid back.
Loved the movie just yet that they've offered me. Yeah, he's super laid back. He's like,
very laid back.
Our son loves when he comes to the house. He's like, cool Uncle Tyler. He pulls up in his Harley in the driveway. Say, hey, what's up, kid? What's up, dude? What's up, my bro? What's up, my dude?
I can totally see that from all his Instagram. I can totally see that.
Completely. But Tyler's only done 6. You've done 6.
That was this is a lot harder. This is a lot harder. Yeah.
I also got like 12 years on him, I think. Or 10 years.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, we're glad he's part of the family. So thank you for helping him be. We do really like him.
Oh, he did it all on his own.
Okay. Are we at number 6?
Yes. Number 6. Oh, sorry. Okay. All right. My number 6 is The Perfect Catch. I like Nikki a lot. She has a sweet, just really great energy. And we got to kind of see you be like a mentor with her son and kind of training with him, which was really fun. And I just thought it was a sweet movie. And so, that's my number 6.
Okay, so I have to tell you that with 3, 4, 5, and 6, I was telling Anne that I was having the hardest times. How do I rank these? And it got down to the point that I said, okay, if these 4 movies were on Hallmark Movies Now, and they were my only 4 options, which one would I watch first? So that's how I ended up ranking
Which is a good determining factor.
Okay, yeah, that is.
So my number 6 is Appetite for Love. I loved Clay, and I loved his stubbornness. And, I don't know in particular, like I said, I don't know exactly why it was at number 6. It's just that there were others that I liked more. So,
Okay.
I prefer Taylor with dark hair. I will say that. I prefer Taylor with dark hair.
I do as well. Actually, I really like Taylor with dark hair.
Yeah, she looked gorgeous. She looked gorgeous with blonde hair, but
she's ridiculously gorgeous.
She's very beautiful.
Oh, yeah, but she's a beautiful. Her face, and she photographs so well.
She does. Yeah. She does. But I'm like, you look gorgeous in blonde hair, but you look better with dark. So
yeah. Still up there in the like extreme gorgeous to just gorgeous, range. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. She's so beautiful. Yeah. Okay, number 5. My number 5 is Bridal Wave. I really liked, Bride for Christmas, and I like your chemistry with Ariel. And like Cammie said before you came on, it is a hard line to ride with the fiance falling in love with somebody else. So I tried to overlook that.
Fall in love with a guy in a week.
Yeah, exactly. But I just thought it was a really fun movie, and I like your chemistry with her. And, it wasn't like a, high school boyfriend. They knew this person before. It's like a new person. I will say buzz cuts aren't my favorite on anybody, but that's okay. But so that's my number 5. I like your hair to be like it is right now, but that's just a personal preference.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
My manager actually right before that, he's like, that might be the most expensive haircut that you ever given yourself. Because he's like, Hallmark just called and they offered you a job. They want you to leave in a week. And I'm like, okay, Mark. Yeah. I shaved my head just a few days ago. I was going through one of these actory moments where I was like, I gotta change everything. I need to like switch it all up, and so why not just shave my head? And
we were wondering, we were saying, was that
we were saying that,
or was that for another role, or was it? Yeah.
Just
so it was his own. It was his own spontaneous personality there.
I'll tell you a funny little story though. When I originally shaved my head, when I did Bride for Christmas, just before Bride for Christmas, like it was like a year before Bride for Christmas. When Gary Yates had seen my skinhead movie, I was a skinhead, so I completely baked my head.
Right. Yeah.
And I just like a few weeks after started growing back a little bit because I looked pretty aggressive and weird with a completely baked head. But my wife, my now wife, she saw me at the gym that she was working at, and she saw me from behind, and she tells me now, she's like, I saw you from behind. I was like, who's that guy? Who's the guy with the shaved head? And then I turn around, she's like, oh, it's Andrew. Like she didn't, and she saw me in this whole different light though. And actually she was interested in me with my shaved head. And she's like, it was so weird that I kind of like, I knew you kind of. She'd worked the front desk and she taught spinning class at the gym my dad worked at. Every time I'd come back from LA, I'd go to the gym and see her. And anyways, so the shaved head definitely isn't for everybody, but it actually, my wife married me.
Oh, well, that's
well
good.
Then.
Not with a shaved head, but she ended up, she was interested in me because of the shaved head.
It drew her some special attention. So, okay.
Yeah,
well, that's cool.
It's interesting.
That's cool.
Well, then it's a good thing you did it. I have to tell you really quick before I do mine, the fact that you were in 2 movies with Ariel, I have to admit, I said, oh my gosh, are those 2 a couple in real life? Because you did 2. Because you did 2 Hallmark
not
movies.
Not too far away from each other.
No, that was the other thing. Is they were really close.
Yeah.
Yes. are those two a couple in real life? They look good together, and this is the second movie and not a lot of time. So yeah, totally had that thought. All right, my number 5 is Lovestruck Cafe. I just watched it this morning as well, and what the biggest thing that bumped it up was that the kiss was on a bridge at night with lights.
Yes.
Full disclosure, that's what bumped it up.
Yeah.
Because
that's a good setting.
The mood for that setting was amazing.
Beautiful. That was a really beautiful setting, actually. Walking on set that night and seeing it all lit up with the bridge and everything, they did a really nice job.
They do such a good job with stuff like that.
That's magical.
Oh yeah.
That's magical.
They're great at it.
It's my favorite part in one of the Tyler movies, Falling for You. They're on that lighted bridge.
On the bridge,
it's magical. It's so magical. And of course it's in a fall movie, so
Yeah.
That
doesn't hurt.
One of my favorite times of year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, fall's nice.
Hey guys, it's Cammie and Ann. With Mother's Day coming very, very quickly and just fast approaching around the corner, what do you get your mother for Mother's Day? I know that it is always a struggle with me. My mom says, hey, I want this for Mother's Day. That kind of ruins the point. So, and we live with my mother currently, and so it's always really hard to try to get her just the perfect gift. What about you, Ann?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it's your mom. It's a big and important day, and so it can be a struggle to kind of find the right thing for a mom. Definitely.
Right. So are you looking for the perfect gift for your mom or even another loved one? Well, we've got what you need. Skylight. Nowadays, staying in touch with those we love is so much easier than it used to be.
Yes.
And it's also more important than ever. And the easiest way to do it is with Skylight, a photo frame you can email photos to. How easy is that?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Don't have to have the right software or any of that. Just email the photos anytime from anywhere. It's a great way to feel close. So, and I live with my mom, like I said, but where's your mom?
I live in Nashville, but my parents are in Atlanta, Georgia. So they're not with me. So it would be really easy for me to just email some photos, to the Skylight Frame. I sent it to my mom, and then she could see, what we have going on and be surprised when it comes on the screen there.
Yeah. And the other thing is multiple people, because it's an email address, multiple people can send to this. You don't have to invite people to a group, which is always so annoying. And it sets up effortlessly, listen to this, in under 60 seconds.
Wow.
And then sending it is effortless. Like we said, everyone in your family can just email photos to Mom's Skylight and they'll pop up in her home in seconds. You can preload it with your favorite photos too. And then you can also have the emails. So now, as a special holiday offer, so if you are looking for just that right gift for mom, you can get $10 off your purchase of a Skylight Frame when you go to skylightframe.com/Hallmark and enter code Hallmark. That's right, $10 off your purchase of a Skylight Frame, which is not a small amount of money. Just go to skylightframe.com/Hallmark and enter code Hallmark. SKYLIGHTFRAME.com/Hallmark. So give a mom a gift she'll enjoy and enjoy yourself. All right, number 4.
We're getting up there. We're climbing here.
We are climbing the ladder.
Yes, getting to some of my really favorites, extra favorites. So number 4 is My Secret Valentine. I really like Lacey, and I did like the vineyard setting. It's always really pretty, and it's just different. We don't have that many vineyard movies, so it's kind of nice to have that setting. And I kind of like the handyman Andrew and the kind of like bickering banter that was going on with that. So yeah, that's my number 4.
If I could have all my movies shoot in a winery, I would have all my movies shoot in a winery. It's just so beautiful with the vines and the.
It's pretty.
Yeah, it's really pretty. It's always nice to go up north a little bit to Paso Robles and stuff, and just see just even if you're not at the vineyard, just to drive through the wineries. It's beautiful.
Yeah. What about you, Tammy?
All right, number 4 is Love and Design.
Okay.
So,
right.
Yeah, with a wall, without a wall.
Yes.
That is so fun. I like that.
So, I don't know. This one has the great banter. I always love watching actors pretend to not be actors. Watching Jeff be so uncomfortable on camera, it just made me snicker. So yeah, that always really gets me. And then when you guys escape to the playground, and why didn't you tell me that I pause a lot? Just things that we don't really think about. Things that we don't really think about, and that Jeff brought attention to. It's just I thought it was cute. And then of course the way that you looked at her when she walked out onto the deck is, it's one of those what we like to call smoldering glances. It definitely puts it up there.
Awesome. All my acting training for smoldering glances has been up.
Right? Yeah. That's a whole course,
Smolder.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Smolder in an instant.
That's it. 60% smolder. 75% smolder.
So forget the tears on camera. Now we just want the smolders.
Yeah, that's it.
Smolder on point. Okay, number 3. I think Cammie and I are gonna have a little interchange here.
A little bit.
My number 3 is Love and Design.
So we were close.
I really love this movie. I really love the chemistry and the banter. And this was the first makeover movie that they did, Hallmark did. And so it was a total new concept at that point. And so it was really fresh and new.
That was a friend of mine's concept. I produced that movie. That was my first movie that I produced with Hallmark. And just those 2 things alone, I think, are what got us through the door. Is just it was a design movie and it was a show within a show.
Yeah,
and
which is fun.
They love that. They're like, this is great, and we can see all the behind the scenes stuff that's going on, and the relationship kind of falling apart off camera, and then us realizing, hey, there's stuff going on here on camera as well. And then it was a great. And to work with Danica, you'd said that the other day when we spoke, who are some of my top actresses that I would want to work with again or work with. But Danica, I don't think you can do a bad movie with Danica. I think they're always going to be within the top 5, because she's so professional. She cares so much.
I know she cares a lot. Yes.
Oh my gosh. And I think that that's something that's not done enough. People don't give it enough, time to let, when you're not working, getting together on the weekends, even though these shoots are so short, 15 days, you get together on the weekends and run lines at lunch and run lines after lunch and run lines, in between on breaks. And just the more that you can get into the fun of it all and leave all of the other stuff behind, that's when the fun comes out. Just the realism.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
There was the moments I specifically remember that I really liked was the one when you guys were on the swings, like Cammie said. And then I specifically remember the one you guys were standing in the door and you put tucked her hair behind her ear, which was just so
classic
sweet. I love
that.
And the ending on the balcony or on her balcony. Oh, so pretty. I love that ending
gorgeous.
too. It was so nice. I remember my mom was oh my gosh, this is the perfect ending. It was just set so nice.
That's Winnipeg. That's Winnipeg's backdrop right there.
That's what I thought. I thought that one was in Winnipeg. Okay, yeah, it was nice.
I didn't know what city, so
yeah, not the typical.
There's
Vancouver.
a 2 block by 2 block radius of buildings called the Exchange District, and they that was Winnipeg's core downtown city center, and it was growing at the same speed as Chicago back in the day. And then the Great Depression and the Panama Canal killed Winnipeg. So they have this, and they have these beautiful, because it was a railway town. And so these beautiful brick buildings that look like you're in Chicago or New York, and then you walk a block to the right or a couple blocks to the left, and you're in the newer part of Winnipeg, which is more lower high rises and stuff. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah.
Some background information.
Fun fact on Winnipeg.
We love the behind the scenes stuff.
What's your number 3?
My number 3 is Wedding Planner Mystery.
Okay.
So yeah, this one ended up being higher than I thought.
Yeah.
Because I had my 1 and 2 easy.
Yeah.
And then I had my bottom couple, and then the in between stuff was really difficult. But given my 4 choices, I would watch Wedding Planner Mystery again. I loved what you guys did with. I don't.
It was so fun.
Man. It was fun.
It was so upbeat. It was very upbeat. Yeah.
Yes, and we've seen the whole thing where the common guy ends up being the knight in shining armor, and the really flashy guy ends up being the good guy. But I don't know, there was something new about the way you put the spin on it.
It was.
So, yeah, and then the fact that she called you and you came to her rescue, you guys ended up getting, taken at that point. But
that was a fun. I would love to have a series and be able.
I was going to ask you that
Aaron Gold a little bit more, because that was a fun character, and I think just like it's unfortunate just we don't get a lot of time for pre-production on these things.
Yeah.
And to prep for it, so you get about a week to work on the character, and then you jump on set. And Aaron Gold, just as much as Billy Hamilton, I wish that I would have had a lot more time to work on Billy Hamilton.
Probably my favorite thing about Wedding Planner Mystery is how gradually the two of you fell in love.
Yeah. The pacing was good.
The pacing was excellent. And once the two of you kind of became a thing, you really laid it on thick. And it wasn't, you kind of had the pseudo charm where you're like, everybody loves me, of course you're gonna let me in. But then when things got down to the serious stuff, you really laid on the genuine charm. And it was thick. It was very thick. When she
0 to 100. What I'm known for, 0 to 100.
Yes, 0 to 100 in that one scene. In that one scene when she comes to your door dripping wet because because you're the only one that she feels she can trust, which is, that's scraping at the bottom of the barrel for her.
I know.
And so the only person she can turn to is you, but then you bring her right in, and then it's almost like this boom.
Like this switch.
But it wasn't too fast either. And it was very heated, and it worked. It was very heated, but it worked very, very well. So yeah, that's the biggest reason why it's number 3.
Okay.
Nice.
All right, number 2.
Oh, getting down to the extra good. Okay, my number 2 is Appetite for Love. I have watched this movie 3 times. I really like this movie. I like Taylor. I like her better with darker hair. But when I saw this movie, it was like one of the first times I saw her, so I didn't really.
Oh, you didn't know?
I didn't know at that point, the very first time.
Didn't know? No. Oh, yes.
Yeah. And I loved Kay's character, and just how he was just like going against the grain. He was like, no. And it made sense. Like, she wanted to basically make his restaurant Zaxby's, from what I remember. And I was like, no, like, he wants to have his own like original restaurant. Nobody wants to turn their own original restaurant into Zaxby's. And so it was totally believable, the storyline. And I just thought the banter was just really fun. And it's one of the movies like with the high school like ex that I like really, really like, because that trope can be kind of overdone for sure on Hallmark sometimes. But this one is one of my favorites with that for sure. I just love it. It's really good.
Great.
Cammie, number 2.
Right. My number 2 is The Perfect Catch. Anything, okay. I said this on the last one, but anything that has a kiss in the middle automatically gets bumped up. You know,
yeah,
because it just establishes things more. Mm-hmm. And you know, everything that Anne's already said, I love the whole mentor relationship, and I loved how you felt like you were under lights when when Wes started to kind of interrogate you, like, you're not busy, you were just sitting in your car. Okay, fine. You know? Kid gave me no choice. You know?
Yeah.
So, you know, I always appreciate the fact that when there is a kid involved, that the characters take time to develop the relationship with the kid, and working on baseball was the perfect way to do that. And yeah, there's just always, there's something really, really special about you and Nikki together. So loved that.
That's cool to hear. Yeah, no, I mean, I feel
so
as you know, last time we spoke.
I
love her, you know, and I think it's just something humbling about being the teacher, you know, when you love a game so much and all of a sudden you just like do it for fun, because it was really just going back to his roots and to his, you know, what made him fall in love with the sport, you know, having a mentor, you know, also, you know, and yeah, I thought it was a great, I just love working. I love that my character was able to work through the issues he was having through connecting with a kid, you know. It's amazing, and I understand that more now as a dad than I ever did before. So
sure.
Yeah.
The other thing that I really liked about it is when you get that big chance to go and play, when you get offered the contract, she doesn't immediately turn into this blubbering horrible mess. You know, she took it maturely, like an adult.
Yeah, that doesn't usually happen.
No, I was not a fan of the fact that she didn't let you say goodbye to Wes. I was like, no, that's wrong. That's wrong. But the fact that she was like, no, that this happened and we'll just take it, and you need to go. I was like, okay, wow, that's
mature.
Very undramatic.
Yeah.
In a good way.
That's cool. Exactly. Choices, you know, it's interesting the way that different actresses, you throw 15 actresses in the same role and do the same moment, and then everyone's going to give you something a little different,
their own spin.
Could work 15 times over, or maybe some will and some won't for certain people. But yeah, it's interesting the way, you know, Nikki chose to deliver that, and
thought it was really good.
Out of all guys, question for you. So you've seen probably a lot more Hallmark movies than I have. I've seen my fair share. I've seen but I can guarantee that you guys have seen a few more than I have. How many middle kiss movies are there compared to just one?
Oh my gosh, not a lot.
Is it 50-50 or is it like a 20?
It's like 10. It's like 10-90 or 90-10.
Yeah,
it's like that's why it's
20.
So, you know, maybe 15, maybe somewhere 20. In there.
Whoa, and I've done like 3, I think.
Really? We were looking at the list, and I don't.
Do I kiss midway through my? I've done it. I did it with Marion Bright, right? Marion Bright.
Yeah,
Marion Bright. Yes,
Marion Bright. You did.
Perfect catch.
Perfect catch.
And
I'm trying to think about Christmas.
I don't think it happened during Wedding Planner Mystery.
No, it didn't. It was right at the end.
It was at the end. A Dream of Christmas. You guys were already married.
So yeah.
That
you said Date with Love, right?
Oh yeah, you did Date with Love.
Well, I think she's. Right? I think
but that was a. Even lie.
Oh yeah.
It still counts, but yeah, it was a little bit of. Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, I just wanted to know.
Yeah, it's definitely not as many. It always stands out when we see it. We're like, oh my god, it's always still surprising, you know.
Yeah. when it happens in the middle, we're just like, yes.
So this is really good inside information to hear, because next time I'll push for the midway.
Say, hey, can we add a kiss?
Push for it. Yes.
Yeah, Beverly Hills Wedding. I'm going to push for the midway kiss.
Oh, please.
Absolutely.
All right,
yes.
all right.
You
always
do that.
catches us off guard, and we're so excited.
And meanwhile, my leading actress is going to be like, okay, Andrew, like, don't be
why do we
pushing
need
here.
more kisses? Yeah, that's probably kind of nice to
Hallmarky's podcast.
Yeah, right. You can blame us. You can say they said it was great.
That's it.
Blame us. We'll take it.
Well, Cammie, I think we have the same
we got
number
the same number one.
Okay, this is exciting. I'll try not to say too much so you could still say something.
Okay, and on the count of 3, ready?
Okay,
1, 2, 3.
Bottled with
love.
Yes.
You knew it too.
Oh yeah. This is like this is like the top of the top. I mean, I'll tell Andrew.
And there wasn't even a kiss in the middle, which
there wasn't.
Really good,
Bottled with Love was my favorite Hallmark movie of 2019. So that's like how many movies? I mean, that's
a lot of movies.
A lot of movies. I don't even know how
million.
many, like 100 or something. So it was my top movie. That chemistry with Bethany Joy Lenz is unbeatable. It is effortless and electric and amazing. And I mean, you could just tell, it just seems so natural. It's like, I don't even know, but you guys just connect so well, and it really shows. And Bethany she's just someone I love. I loved One Tree Hill. I grew up watching it, so I just love her. She's just so funny, and she brings like this extra like fun side to her roles, which I just love to see. And
very
so to
classic too, eh? Like she's got this amazing look about her, and she's really into the 50s.
I love her style. She always adds style. Yes.
The white gloves.
Like the gloves, and she had the glasses.
Yeah.
Oh
and
my gosh.
She brings that to her work, and it's
she did that with her recent movie. She
was
said
her idea.
Added to the she added to it too.
I woke up from his nap.
Hey.
Say hi, buddy.
Hi. Hello. But yeah, the chemistry is amazing. I thought the writing was so good. It was just so fun. It was pretty. That ending scene, oh my gosh, that was just so good. I could watch that way too many times. Just the note, and then she follows out to the lights.
Hey, you said you wouldn't say too
sorry.
much.
Okay, I'm sorry. I can't stop talking about it. Like I said, it's my favorite movie of 2019. Okay, Cammie, go ahead. I could talk all day.
You're taking all my material.
I'm sorry. It's just too good. It's so good.
I love that though. That's awesome.
I think one of my favorite parts about this is it wasn't save the town. It wasn't save the end.
Oh my
it
gosh,
was working together for a company. It was just it wasn't this dire cause. I don't mind dire causes, but we do get a lot of them. But yeah, it wasn't a dire cause, and we get a lot of those, and there's nothing wrong with them, but we see it often. And so just to see two people doing the best they can for their job and being forced together to work toward a common goal, that was really good. And just the mixture, there are so many people who try to do Message in a Bottle and who try to do You've Got Mail, and it falls a little short, but the mixture of the two of them was beautiful. It's so great. It really was.
I think what really helped with that movie as well. So, guys, it's awesome. I love hearing that first stuff. It's just, it warms my heart that we did a movie like that. And it just, because you know how it is. It's like such a chemistry experiment when you get together, when you get everyone together on a set, and you don't know. You could have all the best on paper people that for each role, and then all of a sudden it just doesn't click, Yeah. And so this was one of those movies Bethany Joy and I had worked together before on a Lifetime movie, and we also worked together, like I had mentioned last time we spoke, about 19 years ago, right before One Tree Hill. We did a TV series. She did one episode on my TV series. Did I mention this?
Yeah,
I didn't know.
It's called Maybe It's Me.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It's called Maybe It's Me, and it was Fred Willard played my father in it, and Julia Sweeney, who played Pat on Saturday Night Live, played my mom. It was about this quirky family. It was kind of like Modern Family way before Modern Family.
Oh, okay.
And she was on one episode, and I saw her work, and I was going, man, this girl is talented. She came on she was a day player, and then about 3 months later, she booked One Tree Hill, and it was off to the races from there.
Yeah.
But when we did our first movie together, same thing, like the Danica approach, where she just wanted to work constantly. And I love that, at lunch hour, we'd be rewriting scenes. And then when we did Bottled with Love, we had enough of a rapport with each other. We knew how we worked too. And also we have chemistry, she's just undeniably like such a
sweet,
connecting person,
Right.
Connective person and so sweet. And what was really cool about this movie is that Hallmark allowed us to rewrite that end scene, and they gave us the ability. They said, hey guys, we'll all give a little bit, but at the end of each day, if you guys can hurry up and get the written, scripted version of these scenes, we'll give you the time to do your alternate ending. And so the director was on board, the producer from not Miramax, oh gosh, I'm blanking on the production company here. Anyways, the producer as well that was on there, she allowed us as well, and everyone had we could have risked going overtime. We could have risked a lot because we was just, there was so many moving parts to this new version of the ending of the scene that we wanted. So anyways, at the end of it all, we were approved. We rewrote tons of scenes in that movie, and not taking anything away from the writer. It was actually, we used a lot of the same material in a way and structure, but we were able to add a lot of our own stuff, and it was amazing. And to have that support from Hallmark, and to have that support from the producers as well, it was the perfect storm.
Awesome.
It paid off.
Yeah, the ending was really good, and the whole movie is it's fantastic. So
it's great, guys.
I don't know if you watched the proposal in When Calls the Heart. I don't know if you're up on your When Calls the Heart.
No, I did not see the proposal.
Too bad. Because there were a lot of candles involved, and so it hadn't been too long after when we're watching this a candlelit path, and I just went because that's what Jack did, is he created a candlelit path for Elizabeth to follow, and then
amazing
proposed to her. And so
it was like 42 degrees too, guys. It was like maybe like 39 degrees, and poor Joy had to wait on the end of a dock for me. And the camera went all through the party, and then it finds me on the top of the stairs, and then it takes me down the stairs. So Joy had to wait there, reading the message that I had sent her.
Yeah.
And
my gosh,
sitting in the freezing cold this tiny dress, felt so bad. I tried to speed up my power walk a little bit more.
Poor Joy.
Oh, poor Joy.
Yeah, poor Joy.
So, because it's a spring movie, and so you guys are filming in
before that, so it's freezing. Oh my goodness! Wow.
Exactly.
Oh man, but yeah, that was magical. That was,
really was
absolutely magical, and that I don't know exactly what you wrote and what you didn't wrote, but let me just say that the angle that you guys took, that my heart was safe, your heart was spilled all over. I went, oh my gosh, I've never thought of that. So was that you?
It was a good angle.
Because that was something that we've never thought of before, never heard of before. And that was something that just really
I'm trying to think back. The line you're saying, that actual...
that line.
Yeah, that line. Yeah. I'm trying to think back That
It's a
was
while ago.
that
A
might
year
be-
ago.
That
that-
one line.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was a Joy thing. She brings so much to the table.
Yeah, I heard she's called the script doctor.
Brilliant. Yeah, she's the script doctor.
Somebody told, I saw it on Instagram or something, and about her recent movie. They were like, "Oh, she's the script doctor.
She's the script doctor.
She
Yeah,
writes all
the
over it."
doctor's it. I used to say, yeah.
That is awesome.
That's so funny.
Okay, and
That's great.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to say this without sounding weird, but okay, now I feel weird saying this. Okay. Oh, maybe it would be easier if you weren't on camera.
Probably, yeah, probably.
But I've had this since I was a young teenager. A guy has got to look decent kissing on screen. And may I just say, sir, that you are an excellent screen kisser. There we go. Can I say
I save it all for the screen. That's funny.
Can I say that without sounding too weird?
I appreciate that, Cammie. Thank you very much. That's definitely not an insult in any way.
No. I know. I didn't think it would be an insult, but I mean, it's just that's. Like it or not, that's part of the chemistry, right? You gotta look good kissing your.
You have to make it look believable. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, not everybody can do that well. So.
Nuh-uh. And so that movie, it's a close up, and you're talking to her the entire time when you're leaning in for the kiss, and so it was just build, and then it ended with a very beautiful kiss, and then. The other thing that I've noticed that you've done in 2 movies that I saw was you lean in and then you go for the cheek at the last minute. And
that happened in that movie, in Bottle with Love. It did.
Is that when I was in the hallway and I put my arm up against the wall and
I was like, okay, I was bracing myself, and then nope.
It happened in Perfect Catch too, and I just went, whoa. I had to take a few deep breaths there.
Yeah.
This is the type of actress that Joy is. She actually recommended. She's like, Andrew, come on, come at me, baby, come at me. And I'm like, oh, you're challenging me. You're challenging me.
That is awesome. That is
so funny.
Why don't you put your hand up on the wall or something? I'm like, okay, Joy, yeah. I'll put my hand up on the wall. Just wait. Call action. Come on. Let's see.
Oh, that's so funny.
Let's take it there. She's challenging me.
Better. That makes it even better.
It's more like competitive.
Competitive.
Yeah.
That's fun. Oh,
well, you made it look very natural, and so that is one thing I can very safely say is anytime we as an audience watch you kiss on screen, it is very, very well done.
Oh, that's, I compare it to a chip on the golf course. You gotta it's a slow backstroke, and then you kind of gotta, progressively speed up as you come through the follow through, That's what it's like.
Golf.
So it's just, it's very slow, and then you got to come in slowly, and then it's speed up at the end. It's got a nice follow through at the end.
Okay.
That's how you break it down.
Nice. Well, I hope you do another movie with Joy. I really want you to do another movie with her. I hope one day that will happen.
Three's a charm. We've been talking about it.
Yes. Please.
Yeah. So Hallmarkies, the next time you watch Andrew kiss a girl on screen, it's slow, swing.
Think of Phil Mickelson, ladies. Phil Mickelson.
That's funny. I'm going to be thinking that next time. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Now that is forever seared in my brain. So
now every girl that I act with is going to be like, oh, all right, Andrew, the golf swing here.
I'm a golf ball.
Yeah. Feel very special.
Well, Andrew, thank you so much for coming on with us again for a second time.
Apologies for running late today. I was out and about.
Okay.
Doing juice deliveries.
It's all good, and that is more important. So
yes,
it's all good.
No,
so Andrew, do you have social media that you would like to share?
I do. A walk with 2 Ks 35. So it's AWALKK 35. That's my Instagram, and my Twitter is 1K. And I forgot to say that last time. It's a walk with 1K 35.
Check.
Okay.
I should probably sync those up, but
Yeah, it works. Anne, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at awscott21.
And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Cami Drama Girl, Cami spelled Kami. There's the Hooked Hardy Facebook page, and my blog is hookedhardy.com. And you can follow the podcast all over social media, Hallmarkies Pod or Hallmarkies Podcast. And if you're listening on iTunes, please leave us your reviews. And if you're watching on YouTube, which is going to be very entertaining this time around, yes. Please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. That really helps us a lot. We also have our Patreon group, which is always a great help. And there are exclusive episodes and giveaways that only you can hear. And we also have our merch store with tons of postable, Hardy, and Hallmarky inspired art. So if there's a Hallmark fan in your life, that's the place to be. So thank you so much, everybody, for listening. Thank you again, Andrew, and we'll see you guys later.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Bye.